Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss Natural Born Killers, starring Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis, Robert Downey Jr., Tommy Lee Jones, and Tom Sizemore, written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by Oliver Stone. Now, what I remember from this movie was the very opening scene, and I only saw this once before, but I remember that opening scene, and I will get there. I like the black and white at the desert, and Mickey and Mallory Knox, played by Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis, and Woody Harrelson, I like him after reviewing him a couple of times in these two movies. And Juliette Lewis I'll review again in this movie later in a couple of weeks. And that over-the-top bar fight was rather interesting in an odd kind of way. We move on to how Mickey and how Mallory met for the first time. And Mallory's life doesn't feel like a sitcom, but more abusive. And her father is the biggest asshole I've ever seen, because she rapes and sexually harasses her and talks nasty to her, and her mother lets him do it. And I think, what a terrible family. And thinks he can eat as much meat as he wants? Like, how fucking ridiculous. And Mickey takes off with Mallory while delivering meat, and her father puts Mickey in prison and tries to move Mallory far away from him. If he shows up, he'll kill her. And honestly, what a fucking prick. And these scenes are just pretentious. Why the fuck should I care? Because I just can't care for any of these fucking characters. Then they get married, and I thought, who cares? Particularly since Mickey cuts both his and Mallory's hand, and I think, what a fucking weird thing to do at a wedding. Just, odd choice. We get introduced to an expert on murderers named Wayne Gale, played by Robert Downey Jr. before he was Iron Man. And his accent is a little over the top, but his obsession with Mickey and Mallory on how infamous they are. And my problem with this character is he's over the top, like I said, and he is nothing to me to connect with. And I was happy when he died at the end of the film. Spoiler alert. Detective Jack Scagnetti, played by Tom Sizemore, is a fucking idiotic character. And he's another character I just can't stand. And he has scenes with Tommy Lee Jones that are just preposterous in the prison later on. Mickey and Mallory run out of gas while on the road and meets an Indian family that could have been cut out because this is a long movie for a 2-hour movie. Maybe cut 20 minutes out of this and maybe a little bit more fun and enjoy and energy from the actors. And I could like this better because this script is pretty damn long, ever in the director's cut. Mickey had a rough childhood and that I just didn't buy, and he accidentally shoots the leader and gets poisoned by a rattlesnake as well as Mallory, and I didn't find all this to be believable. It just slows the movie down sometimes, and shots are black and white, red and green, and that just looks horrible and ugly. Mickey and Mallory get arrested by Detective Scagnetti and are watched by Warren Dwight McCluskey, played by Tommy Lee Jones, from a movie I will soon review in. For 1 year, they keep them imprisoned. And my biggest problem with Tommy Lee Jones is he plays the same fucking character every goddamn time, and he bugs me half the time. Mallory is visited by Detective Scagnetti and Warden McCluskey. Meanwhile, Mickey gets interviewed by Wayne Gale, and he takes them on TV in Super Bowl Sunday. And I'm thinking Wayne is a pretentious ass. He's out of his fucking mind. Wayne interviews Mickey and tells him that what he does, and he's just so damn proud of that. And I'm thinking, what a waste of Woody Harrelson, because he's done good work, even in bad movies. But this ain't it. Is my problem. And Mr. Tarantino should be feel ashamed of this movie, in my opinion. After Mickey says he's a natural-born killer, prison goes out of control, and Mickey tells a funny story and goes rampage on the guards and brings everyone who's not dead to follow him to Mallory's cell. And Detective Scagnetti, as she's beating his ass, until Mickey comes in and Mallory snaps Scagnetti's motherfucking neck and shoots him, which was vicious but terrible. Warden McCluskey knows he's fucked because the Knoxes escaped, and the editing throughout the movie was just choppy, very choppy. So the Knoxes get out of with Wayne, and Mickey and Mallory shoot Wayne, and Wayne dies a horrible death, which thank fucking Christ. And Mickey and Mallory take off and go on a happy life. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 3.5 out of 10. The editing style is bad and the characters are whacked out of their fucking minds, and I don't care for them. The performances are pretty bad. This is a horrible and ugly movie. What a terrible script. So I would like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Tarantino's directorial second movie, Pulp Fiction. And until next time, and action.